Today, we're going to make some homemade mustard pickles. Now, mustard pickles is something that a lot of Newfoundlanders love. We used to have them available everywhere once upon a time, but now they're very difficult to get. The manufacturers stopped reproducing them, from what I understand. But we love mustard pickles with our fish, with our Sunday dinners, whatever. We love mustard pickles as Newfoundlanders. I love mustard pickles. So once we realized that, okay, it's not as easy to get a mustard pickle anymore, I looked it up, that you could make our own. And last year I did make my own mustard pickles using my own stuff that I grew from the greenhouse. So this is the last jar of mustard pickles that I made last year, and it was an experiment for me just to see how it worked, and I love them, and I'm just saving them as I go on throughout the year, using with my fish meals or whatever I'm cooking. So this year I've just got my first lot of crop out of the greenhouse. I got a few cucumbers here that I grew. So, and these are some peppers that I grew out of my greenhouse. They're supposed to be a sweet pepper, not a hot pepper, even though they're red. I'm going to put that in my pickles. You need an onion. And I also have some other bell peppers here that I got at the grocery store, and I'm going to cut up some of those, put into the pickles. Sorry. Now, it also calls for cauliflower. I don't have any cauliflower, and guys, I'm just using a recipe I found on the internet last year. I'm using the same recipe this year, and I'll put the link for that recipe in the description for this video. The first step we have to do is to cut up our vegetables and put them in a cold bath with some pickling salt overnight. So that's what I'm going to do here today. First thing I'm going to do. Tomorrow we will make the pickles. Involves boiling a solution on the stove, filling up the bottles and so on, and sealing them accordingly like you would seal any other preserve. Okay? So right now I'm just going to put you on time lapse, cut up a few vegetables, get them ready for the pot for putting in brine overnight. Stay tuned, folks. Okay, folks, so now I got the vegetables all cut up, the cucumbers, the onions, and the peppers, and in there, you see that. The first step of this is that I didn't measure any of this, okay? The recipe that I have online calls for 8 cups. I'm guessing this is about 8 cups, so we're going to go with that, 4 or 5 bottles of pickles when I'm finished. So the next thing you have to do, once your vegetables are cut up in a boiler or whatever, sprinkle them with sea salt, and the recipe calls for about 1/2 cup. I got almost 1/2 cup here. Like I said, I'm judging on the whim here, like so. 1/2 cup. I'm going to give this a stir just to make sure get the coverage in here. And again, this is coarse sea salt or pickling salt, whatever. That's what we use here. And like I said, the full recipe is in the description for the video, folks. And once you've done that, you basically cover it with water, and I'm going to do that now. So stand by. So basically, I filled the pot now with cold water and just let it sit for the next 12 hours. And it says do not refrigerate, so I'm going to take this and put it in a cool spot in the back room here and let it sit there overnight. So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon here now. I'll get at this about early tomorrow morning, 4 or 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and we'll make some pickles. So come back tomorrow, folks, and we'll finish this off. Morning, folks. We're back at the mustard pickles again this morning. The mixture has been sitting overnight for about 12-14 hours now. It's 6:30 in the morning here. And first thing we got to do is bring this mixture to a boil. So I've got it on the stove here. See? So I just turned it on. So I got to bring it to a slight boil, and I'm just reading the instructions of the recipe here now. Bring to just to a boil, and then I'll drain these vegetables and put them in a colander over there, and let it drain and put them aside, and then we'll mix up the mixture that goes in each bottle. So stay tuned, folks, and we'll take you along. Finish our mustard pickles. So folks, the mixture just come to a boil, so that's all we need to do, just to soften them up a little bit, I think. That's the intent here. So now we'll drain these and get started on the sauce that goes into the mustard pickle bottles. So folks, here we're going to mix up the mixture that goes in the bottles, and the recipe makes 20 cups of pickles when you're finished. I don't have enough vegetables here for 20 cups, so I'm going to half the recipe from the one that's published in the description. So here we have to mix all this these dry ingredients together first. So in the large bowl it says to, and I'm reading that off my iPad here, folks, whisk together the sugar, and it says the recipe calls for 5 cups of sugar. I'm going to use 2.5. Probably closer to 3 cups of sugar. Flour, I need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, so I'll need half a cup of flour. Like so. Sugar, flour, mustard, and turmeric powder. Mustard, I need half a cup, so I'm going to use 1/4 cup here. And I'm only just guessing. This is a half cup here, but I'll take half of this one if I can get this to work. This is dry mustard, yes. Okay, so this is dry mustard, folks. Let's see here. That's about 1/4 cup. Again, half of the recipe. And mustard and turmeric powder. Now, turmeric powder, around here, ground turmeric. There we go. 1 tablespoon of turmeric. Like so. Whiskey in 1 cup of water and remaining vinegar. Now, remaining vinegar would be, total recipe calls for 5 cups of white vinegar, and I only need, I'm going to use 3, so I'm going to put 1 cup in here, 2 in the mixture over there when I mixed up for the bottles. I don't have a whisk, I don't think. I don't have a whisk, I have a fork. I'm just going to mix this up first before I put the water and the vinegar in. So now I need 1 cup of water. One cup of vinegar. Now the recipe just calls for vinegar, folks. This is actually called pickling vinegar, and Jeanette looked it up actually. Pickling vinegar is actually a little bit more acidic than regular vinegar. I don't know if that makes any difference to the recipe or not, but we're going to use this vinegar. A bit there. So 1 cup of vinegar in there. Side, and whisk up this mixture. Oops. Didn't work very well. So yeah, this is a mixture. I'll continue to whisk this up, folks. and I just realized that I should have put only half a cup of water. So, hold that. Now meanwhile folks, I need to boil the remaining vinegar that's in the recipe. Like I said, the recipe calls for 5 cups total, with 4 being boiled up in here first. So I'm just going to boil, halving the recipe. I want to boil 2 and make it 3. I want to make sure I got enough liquid mixture to put in the bottles with the pickles. So 3 bottles of vinegar, that just makes them a little bit more stronger. 3 bottles. 3 cups of vinegar, folks, not 3 bottles of vinegar. I'm going to turn this on now, and this has to come to a boil. Then we'll add the turmeric mixture and flour mixture over there into this, bring it to a boil, and then we can start filling up the bottles. Okay, folks, the vinegar is now boiling. I'll turn the heat down to low now. And I'll put in the mixture that we have mixed up here. Now there's a few clumps of flour in there. Try to get them all broken out, but like I said, I don't have a whisk here this morning, so we actually mix this in here now, like so. And you have to keep stirring this until it gets to like a paste. This should thicken up. Trying to keep things clean around here as I go. So keep stirring this mixture, folks. Then on medium heat. And once this thickens up, folks, we'll take our vegetables and add them back into the mixture so that we got a nice coating. Coat all the vegetables and our pickles essentially, and then we'll be ready to bottle after that. So just keep stirring this, and you can see it's starting to thicken up a bit. Oh, now it's starting to thicken up nice here now, folks. You can see getting thicker. That's the flour. Obviously, turn down the heat to low. Don't want to burn on. Trying to clump still a few flour clumps in there. Just makes it unique. In our case, different. Anyway. So now that we had it thickened up, go back to my recipe. And let's see what it says here. Okay. So now it's smooth and thickened. Add the veggies. So let's add the veggies. Like I said, folks, this recipe makes 20 cups of pickles. I don't have 20 cups of pickles here, so I'm going to go with half. So now we just coat the pickles, coat the vegetables. Okay. Then this is bring to a boil, stirring gently. Well, it's already at a boil. I'll just give it a few minutes. I don't want it to burn on. Looking good. I like the look of it. Whether it tastes as good as the mustard pickles used to buy, I'm not sure. But I made these last year, and like I said, I have my last bottle now. from last year, so this is just a restock for the upcoming year. I grow my own cucumbers and peppers and onions, and great way to use them. Make your own pickles. Give this a few more stirs and I think we're done. So now the next step is to get these in bottles, and then I'll reboil the bottles to seal them up like you would do with any preserves, and then we're done. Put them away. Stay tuned, folks. So folks, I just heated up the seals for the bottles. I'm in that boiling water there. This is our vegetable mixture, and nice and hot, and give them a stir, and now we're going to fill up the bottles without making a mess, hopefully. You'll see. Anyway, I'm using the largemouth bottles here because some of these pieces of cucumber are quite big. I didn't quarter them up or anything. Probably should have, but I'm going to use the larger bottles. So basically, once your mixture is done, you fill up the bottle, and I don't have a bottle filler, proper bottle filler here. So I might make a mess, and I gotta make sure I clean off the lips before I put the seals on for sure. So yeah, put them in like so. And I always go to about just the bottom rim here. That's what I'm looking for. So I do have a mess. Make sure I clean this off. I'll put the seals on them. Just put these finger tight because I'm going to put them back into the boiler to seal them properly. So yeah, so let's get the rest of this filled up and get them in the pot again. The cucumbers. I have more cucumbers growing. They're not quite ready yet, obviously, but I will make some more pickles later on in the fall once those cucumbers become ripe. So yeah, that's our mustard pickles, folks. Hope you enjoy. I will be enjoying these later on in the fall for sure with our fish and whatever other meals we have planned. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll give you an update on these pickles as we use them throughout the fall. Like I said, the recipe is in the description. Now the recipe calls for 20 cups of pickles when you're done. I've only obviously got 8 here, so I half the recipe, but you can judge yourself accordingly. The pickles will be enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the next video. So make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you make the pickles. Let me know later on how you thought, what you think of them. I don't know if they're exactly what we call a mustard pickle here in Newfoundland, but it's I made them last year and I really enjoy them. They're pretty close. So thanks for watching, folks, and I'll talk to you in the next video.